What's going on, family? Welcome to another episode of the Seez Monroe Show. I am your host, and today we're going to be talking about Avatar, Fire and Ash. So, family, I just came from seeing Avatar, Fire and Ash, and honestly, again, I've already expected that I wasn't going to be impressed by this film. I am impressed by the graphics. It was phenomenal. The technology of every Avatar film is just great. I'm going in there for that reason and that reason alone. I don't think the storyline is going to be great, and I don't think anything of the acting is going to be phenomenal. So I get what I came for, if that makes sense. Again, if you would have told me that this was going to be on TV in the next year and I sit down on my TV to try to watch it, that's probably not going to happen because these films aren't great to me. Like, personally, I just feel like they're snooze fest with great graphics. So I put it to you that way. And if you look at any of the James Cameron films prior, like, there's not really any James Cameron films that you're looking at it for the acting. I would say storyline, but from what we hear, the Terminator 2 storyline was stolen, so I can't even say that anymore. So you have that, and then the Titanic. Come on, I don't even want to get into that film, but you have those things, and you notice that James Cameron is not the guy for the Oscar Best Acting Award, Best storyline, best new concepts. I can't even call Avatar a new concept because it's just, again, it's for one, is a lot of taken from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Obviously, when we go from water to fire and ash, next are we going to go to Earth? I'm pretty sure that the first film represents Earth in a way, I would think, and then we go to air. Either way, you have that. So, and as far as the planet, going to another planet, you kind of had that with aliens, so I get that. And the aliens concept wasn't really a great acting, great great storyline. It was an aliens film, so we enjoyed it. So again, this is just not James Cameron's forte. As far as putting something on screen that's going to look beautiful, of course, Titanic looked phenomenal. The Avatar films look phenomenal. The Abyss, if you ever seen The Abyss, it's like a documentary style film. Just the early 2000s, you've never seen underwater like that. So this was a big deal back then, 25 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So think about that when you look at James Cameron films. So I don't get upset that I go into these films and it's pretty much lackluster as far as the storyline, because I'm seeing it for the graphics, I'm seeing it for the technology. James Cameron always brings something new to the screen, and I appreciate that so much more than trying to figure out something else with this film. So if I was going into this film, watching it in 2D, I'm probably not going to do it because I just know that the movie is bad. Watching it in 3D, especially that high frame rate, you get that new technology sense, and that 3D is just, this is what 3D was made for. Those Avatar films, like, I don't understand what other companies or other studios are not realizing when they just convert things over to 3D. It's like, it's not the same. You have to shoot it. You have to shoot it a certain way. Like, we have to see it. Like, 3D is not just about stuff popping out the screen, which you'll get in some of these films, stuff popping out the screen, but it's more so about the depth going into the screen, like how deep you feel like you're in there, like false. But you get my point here. It's a lot deeper than just putting something on screen and having it pop out at you every 23 minutes or so. So you have that. So as far as that, technology wise, this film is phenomenal. It's beautiful. It was a bit long, and again, it was probably the worst Avatar film that I've seen so far. And I only think they're going to get worse from here. There's really, this whole Colonel and Spider storyline is really pissing me off. There's no need for it. Like, there's nothing emotionally attached there that they're trying to create this emotional attachment with the audience, not within the film. Well, obviously within the film, but they're trying to get you emotionally involved in this. And it's like they could have taken out the Colonel and Spider at the beginning of the film, and nobody would have cared, in my opinion. But that's neither here nor there. Um, Going into this film, just understanding that we rewritten these characters to be blue guys because they died in the original film. So it goes back to that. It reminds me of this whole thing with the Avengers and the timelines, like the different timelines. I feel like those are cop outs, and I hate watching something with a cop out because if you can easily identify it that fast, I can only imagine it's like in 10 years we're watching this and it just doesn't not add up, but it doesn't. It's like when you watch an 80s film with your kids and you're like, oh, this even before my time, this is a great film, and they're looking at it like, this is not really great. Like, we can watch Back to the Future together. Anything other than that in the 80s is not going to make it, you know? So that's neither here nor there. But speaking of Avengers, wait, let me close this out. Avatar, Fire and Ash, go see it. It's great to see it on the big screen, 3D, especially if it's HFR. I've seen it twice. I've seen it with the regular 3D and high frame rate 3D. I prefer high frame rate because it's just new. I'm pretty sure it's just because it's new and it's a little. It seems a bit more detailed to me personally. You guys probably won't see it. I get it, but those are the things that I look for. Again, and it's. I feel like James Cameron spares no expense when it comes to his visuals and his sound. Every wing flap, every step, like you don't just hear steps in the grass or in the jungle. You hearing the toes hit certain things. Like it's phenomenal, guys. As far as that, James Cameron is a beast. Like he's a monster when it comes to that. He knows what he's doing. When it comes to the storyline factors and all that, I'm pretty sure that's not his forte. He just picks up a script and say, hey, I like this and I know what I'm going to shoot with it and go gung-ho on that. So me, Fire and Ash, 5 out of 10. And mostly that is because of the graphics. You know what? I'm going to take that back. We're not going to rate anything 5 out of 10 anymore. I'm going to have a new system next year. I promise you. I'm gonna let y'all know next video, okay? So we gonna get into that, but Avatar, Fire and Ash, definitely go see it on the big screen because if you wait till it comes on streaming, it's not even worth the watch, personally. All right. Earlier I spoke about Avengers. Wait, let me know what your thoughts were about Avatar, Fire and Ash. Put it down in the comments. I appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Going into Avengers. So we seen the first Doomsday trailer today, and this, if you were real excited about this, I would tone your excitement down a bit about it, but you have something to look forward to still because there's 3 other trailers that's going to be coming out with Avatar. Not this week, but I believe they're releasing them every week. So this week you have the one that we just seen, and next week you'll have another one, so on and so forth. I don't want to ruin it for you guys, but again, I just want to say, don't get too excited about it. And if you've read any articles, you pretty much know what it's about, and you're not going to see much. So tone your excitement level down. I'm here to help. All right. But going into Doomsday, what I'm more excited about, I feel like a lot of people haven't been seeing this. And again, Marvel isn't known for doing exciting things anymore. Like they're pretty much a safeguard. So whatever they have, they're going to do it again and you're going to love it because it's the Marvel, it's the MCU, right? I feel like there's going to be a change here in Doomsday and I don't think people are seeing it. So I feel like we're going to be reintroduced to Kang the Conqueror. And I feel like Kang the Conqueror is going to be our main focus in Doomsday. Like you're going to see Kang the Conqueror throughout the film, or you're going to get hints that he has some involvement here. And I feel like Doom is going to be taken out in this film, and that's what's going to lead to Secret Wars. And Secret Wars has a lot to do with Kang, and I feel like that's what we're heading into here. And on top of that, I feel like that Doom that we see in Fantastic Four is actually Kang. You don't see his face. He has gloves on. So again, we just don't know. I think we're going to be shocked when we go see this movie next year, December of 2026. It's going to be phenomenal. I know it's going to be, because they're going to do this and it's going to work out great. Now, if they don't do this, is the movie still going to be great? Probably not. Because I'm just going to be honest with you guys. We've seen everything, every trick that they had in these films, and bringing old characters back isn't going to install the same excitement in the new generation as it did the old generation. So you got to understand, we got to get the new kids into this stuff. People my age and older are pretty much getting phased out of the MCU world. Not necessarily, but you get what I'm saying. You're not catering to my demo anymore. You're catering to the younger children. So introducing Kang and then have them have a villain is going to be phenomenal. You're getting rid of the Iron Mans, the Captain Americas, the Thors. You're probably still going to see the Hulk, especially with the Hulk timelines and the stories that you have with him. Not timelines like separate timelines, but like the storylines that you have with the Hulk. World Breaker Hulk, things of that nature. So I think that's what we're going to see here, man. And I think y'all going to be surprised when this comes up on screen. But let me know your thoughts down below. I want to talk more about this, but I'm going to wait till next year. Get more deep into this a little bit more. Let me know your thoughts. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys next time. I appreciate y'all for tuning in for another episode of the Seez Monroe Show. Peace.